Hello, FlossTube. I'm Jules. Thanks for coming back for another video. It is March 21st, and we're creeping into April. Where did the time go? I don't know. Where did the time go? It's Wednesday night, my typical night lately to do my videos, and it's been a very busy week of cross-stitching. It's been a week of me getting healthier, although I'm not quite there yet. I want to thank all you guys for all your well wishes that you sent to me. Super sweet and super appreciated. I finally got caught up last night on all the comments that you guys have left, and I do appreciate those so much. They're very motivating, and it helps me keep stitching. So, but yeah, been getting on the mend. Still have a little touch of occasional sore throat and a bit of a cough, but I think that's more allergies now than anything, because it's been kind of a weird weather here in Colorado. And so, but for the most part, I'm pretty much back to normal. Energy level's almost there. It's pretty good. Still don't know how my husband didn't get sick. That was a miracle in itself, but very grateful that he did not, because I was a big enough mess as it was. T-shirt today, guys. Eat, Sleep, Cross Stitch, one of my favorites. I'm just kind of in my PJs right now because why not? And just had B class. Just did another online lecture for bee diseases. And tonight was a bunch of bacterial diseases that I don't really see a whole lot of in Colorado, but it's never bad to kind of know what they're all about. So I sat downstairs and watched and listened to the class, and my husband sat next to me because he's the true beekeeper, and he sat next to me and was like, well, what is she saying? And so, but it was educational, and we had a really good time. So, all right, we're gonna talk about some things. First, we're gonna do cross stitch, and then we're gonna talk about some other things, and then at the end, we're gonna do a review of Hamilton, because my husband and I got to go to Hamilton this past weekend, and I want to talk about it some. So stick around for that if you want to see it. But this is a cross-stitching video, so we're going to talk about cross-stitching. Cross-stitch. Cross-stitch. But anyway. All right, let's lay it out first. Still haven't started Boba Fett. My issue right now is that there's two things that I can't find. One, I can't find the color chart, the color codes, to tell me what to use. And I was just looking for a while for the actual like pattern on my computer, and I can't find it. So I may have to see if I can download it again off of Etsy. I've got it printed out, but I don't have like a spare color guide, so no big deal. Just more of my, I don't know, silliness, that's a good word. But haven't gotten that done, and I didn't start anything new this week. I just kind of worked on a bunch of things that I had been working on. So let's start off. Oh, I did finish that page of Apothecary Shop. So that was actually, I did promise that I would work on that last Thursday, and I did do that. So now we've got 2 pages done on Apothecary Shop, and that's what it looks like. And that's what it looks like. Kind of right up in here. You can't see it very well, but I can. So actually it looks really great from far back. So that's the top of the building, the blinds, and then that's the top of the cab there, and then the kind of the iced over mirrored look there. So next up is actually just a lot of this dark color down here. So that, who knows, that might go kind of fast. So I'm hoping I can get that started real soon. And because definitely page 2 went ridiculously fast compared to page 1. If you guys remember when I first got this thing, I would call it my nemesis, and how hard it was. And even the fabric, I mean, the fabric is getting a lot easier to deal with. It's still a little stiff, but way better than it was. So I'm trying to think if I am, no, I'm not sure. I was just trying to think, am I halfway down this side? I don't think I am. I mean, technically, I don't think I can be. I think it's going to be like 4 pages and then a little something. But I'm so happy I'm doing this one. I've been wanting to do this one for so long. I'll show you what I've gotten done on Reaper, which is still just sort of this general look. and then the whole piece. So it's a good chunk of stuff that got done, but you still can't really see anything yet. You can't see anything yet. Down here is where the Reaper part really starts up. This is all sort of like the background. So, you know, I thought about putting the picture up here, but then I thought it might scare too many people, so I don't want to scare you guys. And so I just went ahead and just left the picture out this time. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I just don't want to scare you guys. It's almost better to like just gradually like reveal it as I stitch. But do you guys think I'm going to get this done for Halloween? I mean, if it was the only thing I was doing, I certainly could. Maybe I'll take this one on the cruise. Going on a honeymoon in a few months, and I could probably get a lot done if I took this along with me. Probably could. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Ronnie Rowe. Ronnie Rowe, Ronnie Rowe, Ronnie Rowe. All right. Did I do this? This was the stitch along, wasn't it? This was the stitch along this week, or the stitch with me. Ta-da! So definitely making progress. Oh goodness. Did all of this right here, I believe, this week. So I got all that done. So I'm gonna really start making a push. And I mean, honestly, if I hop on it, certainly I'll be starting page 4 in April, but I don't know. I can definitely get in there and get more done. But where's Ronnie Rowe? A close up on Ronnie Rowe. There we go. Yeah, coming along nicely. Coming along nicely. Got floss, cat hair, dog slobber. I'm never put together terribly well. I'm proud of that too. I'm proud of that. All right, more floss. All right, let's see what else we got here. A little Stormtrooper. Aren't you a little Aren't you a little for a Stormtrooper? Aren't you a little short for a Stormtrooper? There we go. I got the quote right from Star Wars. Not much more. Not much more. Wait. Yeah, that's right. That much more. But you can see. You know, it's right here. You know, you can see that. So it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna get it done. I promise you. It's just taking a little while getting started. I really need on this piece, because of the fact that, and I've said this many times before, it's frustrating because the color chart, the pattern, not the pattern. Well, the help me out, guys. You're yelling at the screen right now. I know. The symbols that are used for the cross stitch pattern are just so difficult. I really on this one need to have like all my floss laid out and like have my little box, which I don't have here, but the boxes that I keep my floss in for different projects. I need to keep that filled with the proper floss because this goes a lot faster when I'm not having to look for colors. But I need to do that, and I just need to keep working on it. And I think gradually as I do, the symbols and whatnot will become a little bit more, I'll memorize them. It'll get easier for me to see and recognize what they're supposed to be, and I'll make more progress. But that might be one that I really need to make a push on this week. We'll see if I do. I mean, I don't stitch on something if I don't want to stitch on something. I mean, you know, if I don't feel like doing it, not gonna do it. Just not gonna do it. All right. Baseball got a little further along. Trying to get to a point where you guys could not recognize something. You can see where I got like some drink. That's probably Diet Dr. Pepper right there. But I've got here, coming closer, my lovelies. That just looks perfect. That looks like a Rorschach test. But I got a little bit filled in over here, and then I got to fill, all this has got to be this one color. And so I just got to fill in all this here, and I try to fill in a little bit more of the color so you can just kind of see. But really what I just need to do is just button down and just fill in all the color that needs to be filled in. And then that's the goal. It's just kind of boring, you know, when you just full cross stitch is the same color over and over and over. And so, no a big deal. Alright, let's put that down here. Are you ready for some rainy Waterloo plays? I am. Alright, let's see what we got done here. I can't see. Somebody put a big cross stitch in front of my first. So here's this. I'm gonna zoom in here. So obviously this is coming in a lot more than it was. And I'm just moving my way gradually down the page. I'm just filling it in and it's looking lovely. Just lovely. Oh, I don't have it up here. I should put it up here. That would be cool to look at. Because there's something else that's starting to pop up right here. There's a dark something something. So there's more coming out, guys. But yeah. I love this piece. It's so comfortable. This is 14 count Ada. Super soft now. It's been worked with so much. Could use it as a pillow. Not that I'd want to. I'd probably drool all over it. Alright. Last but not least, Old World Map 2. There we go, guys. Alrighty, then there. So, filled in a bunch more through here. Got a little bit more of the lettering done. Try to just go back and fill in things that just hadn't been done yet. Filled in a little bit more down here. Filled in a little bit there. You know, the reality is still, organization is key with large cross-stitch projects, right? Because if you know, when you're stitching, especially when you're this kind of a project where even just one 100 stitch box, I might have 20 plus different colors. And that does happen at least. So there's a lot of changes that are going on. And if I don't have like my stuff like right there, it just slows me down. Or what it really does is usually makes me move on to another project if things have become harder and harder to do, to find. So I do need to go through and organize all my stuff. I'm not going to show you my stitching place right now because somebody left a comment somebody left a comment that I answered last night, and it was something about organization and how their floss is everywhere, and I'm just like, man, you should see what I stitch in. I mean, it's like there's a big table next to me and there's like a mound of floss that's just sort of piled there, and then there's like another one that's like in a little container, and I have nobody to blame but myself. I have a really hard time putting things back. I think my mom could probably tell you that from a child. Maybe I didn't put my toys away, and now I'm not putting my floss away. It's yeah, it's part of my DNA, I think. But that needs to be done so I can go through and see if I need to get any more floss. I don't think I do. I think I have plenty of floss for just about everything, with the exception of maybe Boba Fett, because I haven't gone and checked to see what colors and everything that I need, but I think so. Touch of allergy, guys. Oh, a little sinus. Anyway, so Old World Map 2. And I tried working on it a fair bit, and I feel like I got some pretty good progress done, but, you know, because of the fact that it's just lots of little color changes, you can't always tell. It's so pretty. Wouldn't that be cool to take this on a cruise? I take it on like a 1-month cruise, you know, where maybe like I spend like 5 hours a day sitting somewhere nice, air conditioned, nice and cool. Somebody can bring me cool drinks, maybe bring me occasional food. I get up, I stretch a little bit, you know, maybe get in the hot tub for 5 minutes or something. Go back and stitch. That would be cool. I get bored after a while though. I know I would, but yeah, you dream about things. I used to but I used to wonder what it would be like to be like snowed in someplace for like a couple weeks without being, you know, you have enough food, and, you know, man, if I didn't have the internet, I don't know what I would do. I mean, I would say I would just stitch, but if I didn't have the internet, I mean, I'd make do, of course, but I don't want to. But, anyway, yeah. that's my cross stitch. I hope you enjoyed it. So, plans for the week. Organization, organization, organization. Start the Boba. Boba Fett, Boba first. And keep working on everything else. I found the, I believe I found the fabric for the Dachshund piece. I just still haven't found that first page. And I need that first page because it's the first page. So, I got it somewhere. I know I do. There's no way I threw it away. Thought I'd lost my passport on, let's see, we got it a couple months ago or whatnot, and then I put it somewhere safe, and we decided, oh yeah, we need to make sure that we know where our passports are. My husband was like, it's right here, you know, he's all organized, and I'm like, where is it? And so it took me like 4 days to find it, and in the end, it was like literally right next to the kitchen table, and it was plain sight right there. I just didn't see it, but whew, that was a little bit of a thing that I buzzed. What do you guys think? Glasses. My glasses. I got a little smudge here and there. I think it's because I cried so much at Hamilton, which I'll get to. We'll talk about that. Anyway, these are my glasses. These are my readers. So, what do you think? So, I think they look good. I like them. They're comfortable. I can, you know, they're great for stitching. They really, really help out a lot. I have a pair of progressive lenses that I got that you guys know that I went and got. And here's the crazy thing is that I mean, I don't sit that far away from the TV, but I guess I never really noticed until I got the glasses that there are things that are a little blurry, just a little like the edges of letters and numbers and things like that. And even just watching sports and stuff, it's just not as clear as it used to be. And so I started wearing the glasses, and because of progressive lenses, I can stitch, and it's a good, you know, magnified thing here. And then I look up, and then I can see the TV, and it's more clear. But the problem is, and let me know if you guys experience this, because I don't really know, because I've not really worn glasses that much. But then I take the glasses off, and if I'm just trying to, like, say, stitch without them or watch TV without them, I really notice that, like, I don't see nearly as well as I used to. And I don't know if it's just because I've gotten the glasses and now I'm seeing more clearly that I notice more now that I'm just not seeing as well as I used to. That I didn't know. Somebody had a really great suggestion, though, in the comments about, you know, if you are getting glasses and you've never had them before, or maybe you're changing your prescription, and you're a cross stitcher, take in your cross stitch and show them about what level, like how far away you are when you stitch, and then they can maybe better identify like how good your focus needs to be at what depth and whatnot. So, but you know, I like wearing them. It definitely is better, but man, when I take them off, oh man, I'm like, am I gonna have to wear these all the time because I'm blind? I don't think so, but anyway, that was a revelation. I had no idea. No idea. All right, I had a bunch of notes over here. Oh, I had a bunch of notes, and I have my little lozenge stuck to my notes. It's my paperweight. That was... Now I'm going to start coughing because I see the lozenge. Coco thinks she's coming up. What thinks she's coming up? What? Okay, good. She's not coming up. Okay, good. All right. If you guys don't follow a stitching shop on Facebook, go follow them on Facebook. They have a bunch of pictures up. Came out, I think it was today, of, I want to say it's the Nashville show, like a bunch of things from that. Bunch of new patterns. I'm not sure if it's like a trunk show, but there are a lot of things there. And I looked at them and I'm like, I don't need any more patterns. I don't need to look, but there were a lot of really cool, cute things that were on there. And the great thing is that they can, you know, if you see something you like, you can contact them and they can put everything together for you and ship it to you. So it's, you know, it's pretty straightforward. But so it's a stitching shop. That's my local stitching shop, my L&S here in Denver. in Denver. Speaking of Denver, we finally got some snow. Was it Sunday night? I think it was. And they only said like Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. It's like, I think we're going to get some precipitation. And so we were like, well, we'll see. And you can always, here in Colorado, you can always tell when precipitation's coming in because you can smell it and you can feel it. It's just a change in the air and you know it's coming. And it just dumped on us that night. It was so awesome. We hadn't had a dump like that in a while. And it was really just about like 5 inches, but it was like 5 inches in like 2 hours or something. And it was just gorgeous to watch. And the flakes were like this big. They're huge. But that was a lot of fun. So no big deal there. I need to put, I've been doing more updates on my blog, so I'm getting there. My blog will be up here somewhere if you guys want to check it out. I just mostly post about progress on my stuff and more about the stuff that I'm doing. But I need to put a link up there to, I saw this new cross-stitching t-shirt, and I love this t-shirt. This t-shirt is so me. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, because gosh knows I have plenty of t-shirts right now, but it says, it's like, you can get it in different colors and whatnot, and it says, it's like 2 of my favorite things. 1, purchasing cross-stitching supplies. 2, actually doing the cross-stitching. And I was like, how true is that? How true is that? You know, the hardest thing is not getting cross-stitching supplies, because it's like, we all know it's like once or twice a year that thing comes through and you're just like, I gotta get me a new pattern. I gotta put a new kit together. I get some stuff. But anyway, but that was cool. I'll have to put that up on my blog though so you guys can see that. But you know, the cool cross-stitching t-shirts rotate always. I don't know why. I don't know why they just don't keep certain ones on there. I'm not sure the logistics of the whole thing, but I just thought it was really, really cool. And it's a really good t-shirt. So, okay. It's time for the Hamilton review. Oh, wait. Fish, everybody's live. Yep, everybody's live. Dogs, everybody's live. Everybody's doing good. All right, Hamilton. I will say this. I was a Hamilton skeptic. I'm a big fan of American history. I love American history. Revolutionary War, all that stuff. Didn't know as much about Hamilton, knew the bare bones of it, had never read that book that was written about him that was so very detailed and that the play was based upon. But I was sort of like, I don't know, I just wasn't necessary. I was, like I said, I was a Hamilton skeptic. I just, you know, it's one of those things where I'm sort of one of those people where, like, when everybody's going crazy about something and people are like, this is the greatest thing ever, you know, I'm just like, you know, I'm usually like hanging off to the side. And I'll get into it like 2 years later and I'll be like, have you guys tried this? This is amazing. And it's like, I don't know, it's just stuff like that. Like, you know, I'm just way behind on things like that. So, anyway, and the other thing that I felt, and, you know, you can totally 100% disagree with me, because I mean, obviously I never saw it in New York, but I know that the original run, when the guy who wrote it and helped produce it and whatnot, Lin-Manuel Miranda, starred in it. You know, I watched some of the Tonys and some of the performances and stuff online and stuff that people had recorded, and I was just a little underwhelmed. And I have a problem with somebody who, like, puts together an amazing project and then insists that they star in it. I just have an issue with it. And so, because I'm like, was it more important that you star in it or that the right person stars in it? And I just felt like, although he could do all of the rapping, the rhyming alliterations that instead of, you know, there is singing, but most of it is, you know, a certain kind of rapping kind of thing. And I say rapping, it's just a variation of the spoken word. And so it's just a variation of singing in a sense. And so, but he just didn't have that projection, that power behind his voice that the great Broadway, or like the, you know, this is such a great play, it needs a great Hamilton. It needs a great star. And I felt like he just kind of did it a disservice. And correct me if I'm, you know, if I'm getting this wrong, guys. I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, because he is clearly such an amazing talent when it comes to writing. You know, it's not just Hamilton. He's done a lot of other things that I like, but I was just literally blown away. It was a little difficult to kind of get eased into the speaking style at first, and you know, just kind of trying to go with it. But they change up the style in different songs, and it was just magical. I think it's probably my favorite play I've ever seen. My husband, who is a big-time theater goer, he's probably been to over 200 different plays in his lifetime. He loves the theater. Said that's probably his favorite musical of all time. And it was just, I mean, we're still listening to the soundtrack, which, again, is a downfall. I was like, oh, I love the music. I want to listen to the soundtrack. And then it's Mr. Miranda singing, and I'm like, so it's a little harder for me, but that's my fault. That's my problem. But anyway, so it was amazing. It was funny. It was moving. I cried buckets. I cried ugly tears, you know, like, and I, you know, when you're like sitting there and it's like you're in a room with like, I don't know how many hundreds of other people, and it's dead silent, and there's this moving scene going on stage, and I'm just fighting to keep like this horrible wrenching sob from coming out of my throat. I'm just, you know, and tears are streaming down my face, and my husband's like he's like gripping my leg because he knows that I'm struggling, and he's like moved up to the front of his seat because he's just like, and we were both like just blown away by it. And but if you go see it, bring tissues, because you're gonna need them. And but it was just, it absolutely was everything that everybody said it was. And it's pretty unusual when you can actually, when a lot of people recognize something for its brilliance. And it was brilliant. I mean, there was just no way about it. It was innovative, original, fresh, exciting. It can bring a new group of people into theater in terms of people who want to go see the theater. It can revolutionize it in a way that perhaps, you know, back in the day, the musicals revolutionized the theater. Because I'm sure there were people back then who were like, musicals, no, that's not what the theater is. And now to have the spoken word done in this way, it is very catchy, and it can convey, and in the style that it is, it can convey so many different things, not just the meaning of the words, but also emotion and intent and things like that. So I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And if you get the chance to see it, go see it, because you won't regret it. And it's definitely made me want to kind of get a little bit more into the life of Hamilton, although I'm not sure when that's going to happen because I got too much to do. But, yeah. So, guys, sorry for being so long-winded, but part of it's because I felt like, because I was sick, and then last week I couldn't really talk very well, I thought I'd come out here and talk some more tonight to you. I want to wish a happy birthday to my mom, whose birthday is on Monday. She's awesome, by the way. And she's doing very well. And I want to say hi to Chuck and Barb. Hi, guys. My second mom and dad. And say hi to those guys. And I think that's it. I'm tired. I'm a little loopy and I'm a little tired. And I need to go downstairs and get some more stuff done. Now that B class is done, and the video is done, and we're done cross stitch. Alright. Happy stitching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Let's get together and do a stitch with me this weekend. What shall we do, guys? What shall we do? I don't know. We'll see what I feel like doing. But y'all take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. And I'll see you guys next week.